Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Immortal Gaming. This is me again, Marvin, and we're now here for another video for Ragnarok M Classic. And this time we're going to be talking about how I reached my first 15,000 magical attack. And since in the previous streams that we have done, I've already said that the journey for the 16,000 magical attack has already started. We're currently at 15,854, so it's just a little bit more before we get to the 16,000. So if you're asking, if you're one of those players who are asking me, because I get a lot of drop message or DMs that are asking how did I reach 15,000 magical attack. So probably this is the video for you. And please take note that I still think, and I know that I haven't even started to think about other ways to increase my magical attack. I'm still on that path, but still I would still share all of the things that I have learned throughout my streams and from my viewers or from the players that are watching my stream. Let's talk about first the difference between magical attack and int. Okay, I would just say that if you are choosing in terms of enchants between int and magical attack, if you're still that person or that player who are searching for magical attack rather than int, then I would say that if you want to achieve a higher magical attack, total magical attack for your character, I would suggest that you go for int and magical attack. So even though your magical attack won't be that maxed out, I would still want you to prefer intelligence over magical attack. So that can be said here on my back gear, wherein if you're gonna be looking at the enchants, the magical attack is fairly low or below average here, while the int is higher. So I've already tested this with +8 int and not +10 int, and it's still higher than 60 magical attack. So if you're at that state of your warlock journey or your magic journey wherein int still produces less magical attack than your default or flat magical attack, I would still prefer for you to go for more int on your gears rather than magical attack. Of course, magical attack and int is much preferred, but of course go for int. Okay, int it goes a long way, guys. It goes a long way. So yeah, that's the first thing that I would like to clarify. That's why if you want to get more int, of course the deposits on the handbook is the way to go. So if you're gonna be looking at my handbook, my current magical attack buffs or deposits here is 1,050. So if you want to go for the first thing that you want for int is going for adventure class B. On adventure class B, you get stats, of course, obviously. And apart from that, you have to go for the headwears, filter, attribute.
Wow, ang yaman! Naka-SB na naman!
Siyempre, ang laki ng discount sa Lapak Gaming eh. Thank you, Lapak Gaming! Yes, that's right! More and more people are topping up on Lapak Gaming because of its huge discounts. A normal $90 package can be lessened by as much as 15% discount. That's right! If you will top up in-game, you will normally spend 5,000 to 6,000 pesos. But now, because of Lapak Gaming, you will spend less. And that will give you a huge discount and huge savings. So what are you waiting for? Visit Lapak Gaming on the description to get huge discount deals from this site. And not only that, if you will key in the current code for Lapak Gaming, you will get additional discounts for your top-up purchase. What are you waiting for? Top up in Lapak Gaming with me! And int. Okay, make it sure that all of the deposits here that give you int, I think this one gives int. Okay, int +1. That's really gonna be helpful on your journey on increasing magical attack. Apart from the refined magical attack and the magical attack that you get from other deposits here. And also for the cards, don't forget about that. So you can get a ton of int where? I think this is one. Okay, deposit for the familiar card int +1. I think this one also int +1. This one too, Taru Star. What else? I think the Baksojin, I've already shared that. The Wormtail card, it's just the deposit. So if you haven't obtained the Wormtail, you can just purchase the Wormtail card for additional int. And the rest is gonna be magical attack. Okay, so apart from that, I think I'm not sure if I have obtained an int. No, you don't get bonus attributes from the furnitures, but that's the latest improvement that I've given my character, because every time that I add int, it gives a lot of magical attacks. Okay, so that's the first thing, the int and the magical attack. The next thing that you would want to do to get more int is, of course, unlock classes. Okay, so unlock classes, the ones that give int would be the champion or the Shura path, the Shura, what do you call this one? Tree. The Shura tree. The next one is, of course, the Warlock. I think the other one is, I can't remember which one. I think those are the only two. Yeah, the rest would be luck. Okay, the luck, I've obtained also the luck ones. But two paths that give you +10 int goes a long way, because that's total of 20 int that will be added to your character. Okay, the next part of this is getting the magical attack from your Aesir monument. So they have made the Aesir path and the Aesir webs here much easier. So this is the biggest quality of life introduction or addition to the game ever since they have updated this on ROMC. And I must say, I really commend all of their efforts in making it as free-to-play friendly as much as possible. And that's the reason why I love it when they have interconnected all of the possible connections in each of the cobwebs on the nodes. That's why we could get as much magical attack as possible on our character. Okay, so but you have to be you have to painstakingly reset your Aesir and just, you know, put and prioritize first the needed nodes and runes, and then afterwards prioritize magical attack. After prioritizing magical attack, refined magical attack is the next one, and so on and so forth. So every time that you get gold contribution, I never stopped, you know, getting gold contributions. I started saving Zenny in exchange for the gold medals, but for the gold contributions, I'm always exchanging my Zenny for every time that I can, for additional gold contribution. So you would want that. Okay, so here you might say that, oh wait, what is this? Okay, wait, what did I do? Wait, no. wait a minute. Okay, good thing I've saved it. So if you want to compare this one, okay, yeah, this one, okay, if you want to compare, my current magical attack here is only 983. I've seen a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people have already reached more than 1,000 magical attack here. So just in case you haven't utilized your Aesir, this is the sign. You have to take some time to rearrange your guild contribution points for your Aesir monument. Okay, so that's the next one. The last one, wherein I'm pretty sure, again, I'm pretty sure there are tons of places to get your magical attack, but this is the latest. Okay, this is the latest points wherein I got my magical attack. The last one is the gears. Okay, for the gears, of course, there will still be the you know, the cards, the bonuses, the enchants, etc., but the gears. The gears have given a ton of magical attack, particularly when you star up your gears, okay? For example, a lot of people are saying that you should not star up or upgrade your Eye of Dulahan or your Orleans gloves if it is not plus 15. I highly disagree, okay? Why? Because if you're gonna be comparing the base, okay, look at the base magical attack. The base magical attack of the Eye of Dulahan star is 240. Okay, 240. If we're gonna be looking at, wait, I have an Eye of Dulahan somewhere here. If we're gonna be looking on an Eye of Dulahan, it's only 138 as compared with an Orleans or an Eye of Dulahan star here. It's 240. That's 102 additional magical attack, and it will still be improved in your, depending on your magical attack percentage of your character. So if I would say so, if you're gonna ask me, is it worth it increasing the star or increasing the upgrade of my Eye of Dulahan and Orleans gloves? Yes, 100% in my opinion. Okay, so if you're gonna be asking me, is it a priority, I would say that other gears would be the priority, but still this should not be negligible. Okay, so you have to upgrade this after upgrading other gears. Okay, apart from that, if you're gonna be looking at the Orleans gloves, at plus 12 you get a total of 20% magical attack. So if you're gonna be choosing between Orleans gloves and Eye of Dulahan, I would suggest for you to prioritize Orleans gloves if you are using Orleans gloves, because sometimes people are gonna use 2 Eye of Dulahan. I'm not gonna blame you for that. It's the end game for the Eye of Dulahan before the star gears. But if you're going to be comparing 2 Eye of Dulahan and over an Eye of Dulahan plus Orleans gloves, they're just going to be the same. Okay, so next for the additional magical attack is of course our Robe of Cast. Monokel, hands down, Monokel is the easiest at my case. So this is the part wherein I'm saving up for plus 9 and plus 10 Monokel, and that's gonna give me 2% magical attack, which is really gonna go a long way. Okay, so after that, of course, the int cards, of course, it's you know, it's a given. Okay, so a bonus part wherein you should be getting your magical attack is at your guild hall. Okay, the blessings and the prayers, those are very important part of your magical attack. So if we're gonna be looking at this one, okay, let's go to our Valkyrie here for the upgrades on the blessing and the prayer. There you go. Okay, so for the prayer, they have already extended or increased the cap on the wise blessings here. Now you could get up to level 150 wise blessings, so don't forget about maxing this one out. And after that, the blessing of goddess, of course, they have also increased the level cap on the magical attack, refined magical attack, magic penetration, and ignore MDef. It's just so that even though I have that goal of 16,000 magical attack, I know that the priority in this case is still ignore MDef. That's why I'm putting all of my attack cards to ignore MDef as of the moment. And after that, magic penetration should be the next one. Even though I know that every increase on magical attack here is gonna be increasing your magical attack by 12.6 magical attack, which is really high. Okay, so yep, that is it. I'm sure, again, for the last time, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are gonna be having more suggestions or recommendations on where you should get your magical attack. You can also comment them down below, because I need it, we need it, and all of the viewers that are watching this one need it. Okay? So that's it. Thank you everybody for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. If you haven't to like this video, please do leave a like, share this to your friends, and click that bell notification button so you get notified every time I upload a new video, start a new stream, or a new content. That's it. See you again in the next video. Bye-bye! 'Cause now I